Hey guys, and welcome back to Tournament Treasures. Today, we are ranking the Harry Potter movies, not excluding Fantastic Beasts, just the ones with Harry Potter in it. But number 8, Deathly Hallows Part 1.
I feel like they tried to make it into 2 movies. It didn't necessarily need that. This was the movie that really suffered for it out of the 2. There's a lot of nothing happened.
Yeah, I enjoyed it at the time, but it's also very obviously setting up for the next one, and nothing really happens compared to all the other Harry Potters.
Yeah, Harry Potters are strong.
Yeah,
like that's the thing to remember.
It's just sort of, this one's just setting up, and then you get really pumped to actually watch the next one. But in this case, you have to wait a while for it to actually come out.
Yeah. So, like, if I'm watching them in order, I'll watch it. If I'm choosing one to watch, it's not going to be one.
Yeah, you're not going to choose that one.
Like,
you might even just skip it.
Well, yeah, I don't. If I was watching them in order, I'd probably watch it.
Yeah.
But as I said, like, probably I'd choose any. Makes sense. I'll choose any of the other ones on the list to just watch before, because they're all really good movies. Just I don't like this one as much. It's got good moments, but as a whole,
yeah.
Number 7, The HalfBlood Prince. I don't know. I've seen people say it's bad. Seen people say it's good. I think it's fine.
Yeah, I don't think it's
fine.
I reckon. Again, like, this is our personal list. Yours might be different. I reckon that we've put it in a good spot for what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I think that with the strength of the movies, I think that this is a good spot for it. It sets up well again.
Yeah.
For the end. But without as much happening in it as again, like, it's better. It's a better movie than Part 1, Deathly Hallows. But again, it's really set up for the end.
Yeah.
They could have made the last 3 movies into 2 movies. Like,
I feel that with a lot of these, like, the Harry Potters originally, they had an end, and, like, you sort of felt, something else might happen. But on all these first 2, it ends with "to be continued," pretty much.
Yeah. So yeah, like, I guess it's the last year before the end.
Yeah.
They're at school. But the other ones are cut and dry, like start school year, end of school year, defeat the villain timely at the end of the year. Just in time to go home for Christmas.
Heck yeah!
But yeah, so good movie, but not as good as, say,
number 6, Philosopher's Stone. So this one, the first Harry Potter, it's good.
Solid start to the franchise.
Oh, certainly, yeah. I like how they also, like, this is just a testament to Harry Potter as a whole, but they kept all the same actors.
Yeah,
you grew up with the actors.
The casting was really good.
Yeah.
And it shows that whoever cast them, like, it's really good, because they fit the character well at the start. They fit the character role well at the end.
Yeah.
It's really good. As happens a lot with the first movie, sometimes they're not the best.
Yeah, it's not. I reckon I'd say it's not one that really ages too well. It shows that it wasn't very high budget per se.
Yeah,
compared to some of the others.
I like how at the end, like, I don't like the explanation for it as much. Like, I don't know, it was like he couldn't have him touch him.
Yeah,
turn to dust. Like, I like that they didn't beat him because of skill. That makes sense to me.
They beat him because of pure luck.
I've said this before in other videos, but I don't like when beginners just
they're super good.
Doesn't make any sense. But yeah, it's a good ending and good introduction to all the characters. No complaints.
Yeah, I reckon it's a good solid start.
Number 5, The Goblet of Fire. This is probably
the most debated one, you reckon?
Yeah, it's debated. I don't know. I think it's fine.
It's not my favourite.
No.
It's definitely good. Like, I really enjoy the whole actually seeing the goblet games that they play.
Yeah.
And then Harry having to actually go through different trials, like he turns into a mermaid at one stage, pretty much. The maze scene, that's really good.
Yeah.
Voldemort actually showing up, really loved that. But he didn't really continue to show up for a while after that.
Yeah.
And I get why.
Well, it's kind of strange. He disappeared a bit after that. But you can't complain too much. But I think it was a bit obvious. Well, it's always obvious because it's always the dark arts teacher. But Moody was always involved in everything. It was a bit obvious.
Well, yeah, they kind of did do a little bit of a twist with them because it's not actually Mad Eye Moody.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know, it just all pointed to him. Like, the first one, they're pointing to they're trying to say, oh, it's going to be Snape.
Yeah.
But it's not. Second one, like, oh, who's opened it? It's actually himself.
Mm.
He's opened it himself. The third one, which we'll talk about soon, it's Sirius Black. Well, no, but it's actually Pettigrew.
Yeah.
But this one is just straight up. It just looks like it's going to be Moody. It's not Moody in the end, but it is Moody at the same time. That doesn't sound like it makes sense, but it does. Trust me.
Number 4, Order of the Phoenix.
It has the most hated villain in it, and it's not
Really?
Voldemort.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah, I can see that. You're right.
Umbridge is not liked. I don't know if you've ever read anything about Harry Potter.
I haven't read too much,
Everyone hates her.
but I hate her, so I understand.
Yeah, like, it's good. It's a quite good movie.
Hmm. Well, on that point of Aldrich, yeah?
Umbridge.
Sorry. With everyone hating her, that's just a testament of how good of a character she was written as.
Yeah.
She's meant to be hated.
Oh, she did a really good job, the
Yeah.
actress. I think it does well to set up the group, so to speak, of who is, this group of the main characters. Yeah, so it does well to set up that.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing I don't like about any of these movies is if you're in Slytherin, you're a terrible person. Don't get invited to anything.
Yeah.
Surely, like, he was going to put Harry in Slytherin. Like, Hat was thinking about that. Surely there's other good people in Slytherin.
Well, I've talked about this with other people a lot as well. Like, Slytherin, from the movies, you think Slytherin is the bad, evil house.
Yeah.
It's not really, though. It's just because there's the bullies are all in Slytherin, in the movie, at least.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Order of the Phoenix is a movie, like, that, I say this about a lot of films, I really like the end battle scenes.
Yeah.
Like, that running through essentially a maze, and then, Sirius dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't... Now, in this, they explain that you can't see those flying horse things unless you've seen Death. You can't see the voices in the archway unless you've seen Death. Now, this gets me about the movie, and it makes me a little bit mad.
Okay.
So, Harry can't see them until Order of the Phoenix. He sees them at the start. He's like, whoa, what's that? And they're like, what's there? They've always pulled themselves. And it's because he saw Cedric die the year before, when Voldemort come back. Didn't he watch his parents die? Why didn't he see him first, second, third, fourth year?
To play devil's advocate, from what I remember from the first movie, where they show the flashback of it, he sees the mother get like taken, but not really die per se. But I feel like he does.
I'm pretty sure, because in the flashback in Deathly Hallows Part 2 of Snape finding her, it does show her speak to Harry, and then turn around and get dead. So
maybe she wasn't dead yet.
That's just a little thing, but anyway, really good movie,
solid movie.
Yeah. Number 3, Chamber of Secrets, really good. Good.
For me personally, I reckon this one might be my favourite to. If I'm just going to watch a Harry Potter, I might start from Chamber of Secrets personally. I really enjoy the story of. It's sort of like a mystery trying to figure out the Chamber of Secrets.
Yeah. You think it's the same with the first one. You think you know who it is. It's pointing towards, I don't know if it's Malfoy or whatever. Yeah. They saying, oh, look, it's this. But it ends up not being. So, yeah, it's really good. Dobby, one of the favourite characters of everyone, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, big focal point in that movie.
And it also, it was it's the second movie, yeah?
Yeah, second movie.
Yeah, sweet. Obviously they were going to do it, but it really emphasises the fact of these guys working as a team, like Harry, Ron, and Hermione.
Yeah.
And them developing as characters.
Yeah, it's good. I don't like... I say this a lot, but I just like
something you don't like.
I like to nitpick. They searched the school over and over again. They couldn't find this massive underground lair Like, as they're magic. If that was a building, I would be able to find that. Like, there'd be hollow walls.
Nah, solid walls, magic walls. What are you on about?
And for it to go down, there would have to be nothing under the floor below. It's just drives me crazy. But anyway,
Yeah, but
you just have to suspend your disbelief enough, and don't worry, I enjoy things.
Yeah.
I just like to nitpick in these videos because devil's advocate,
Yeah, pretty much.
nothing can be perfect.
Yeah, but with this one, solid story, solid acting again with the returning of the same characters, and I reckon they just really push forward that these Harry Potter movies could actually be really good.
Yeah, well, I think they were always... Well, the story was always there because it was already written. Well, partly, I think, when they made it. I can't remember. I don't think they were all out.
They weren't all out yet, no.
So, they showed the movies were going to be good. They didn't all follow to a T the books. That's okay.
Yeah.
Things never do. But they became really good movies, so you can't argue. You can't say too much.
Yeah. Number 2, Deathly Hallows Part 2.
Said it before and we'll say it again. We love end battles.
Yep.
Love the big battles with everyone.
Yep.
And maybe that's a bit of skewed out judgment, but
this whole movie is essentially an end battle.
Yeah, it should have been a bit of a trimmed down end battle for part 1, but I can take having part 1 be worse to have this be this good, I feel.
Well,
I don't know if I'm the only one who thinks it's that good, but
I also reckon that part 1 is as low for us on this and looks as bad compared to the second one because the second one is just so good.
Yeah.
And the first one did build up to it really well.
The first one's important. It's just not the most action-packed, thrilling movie. Part 2 is.
Yes.
It's really quite good. It's good action. I like how... Like, the reveal that he's alive, like, we already know. But it's pretty good.
It's still a solid
just
reveal.
The shock on Voldemort's face. He's like... How many times do I have to kill a child? It's getting ridiculous.
And just the ending of everything. And again, obviously these was written into the books already. But I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was a solid ending.
They probably could have skipped the 19 years later bit at the end.
I wouldn't have, like, if that wasn't there, I wouldn't have cared.
I don't think it really matters too much either way. I would have liked the end bit of them, like, looking out at Hogwarts.
Yeah.
It just ends. Like, that would be pretty good. I like Neville's arc. It completes Neville's arc. I don't know if it's kind of mentioned as much in the movies as it is in the books, but he's kind of, like, feels out of place. I don't know if he's a true Gryffindor, this, that. And Harry's able to beat Voldemort because he does end up pulling the sword from
He is a true Gryffindor.
Proven he's a true Gryffindor. Completes his arc. It's really good, I think. So, completes everyone's arcs as the final should, but I think Neville's arc was really good. Probably not focused on enough in the movies, but really solid.
Yeah, it's just a solid wrap-up of everything that had been going on.
Yeah. Number 1, Prisoner of Azkaban. You'll probably agree with this. I think everyone agrees with this.
Pretty much, yeah. This is like the favourite, or most well-known, I'd even say, Harry Potter film.
Yeah, it's fun.
And also, I reckon that Sirius Black might be a lot of people's favourite character as well.
Yeah. I don't know. He's a good character.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't do a whole lot.
Not in the first one, no.
Well, not in this one.
Not in this one, yeah.
Goblet of Fire, he talks through the fireplace.
Talks to fire.
And in number 5, we're kind of showing a bit more of him, but then he's kind of taken away. Would have been cool to see him. Like, it would have been nice to see Harry go off with him.
Yep.
But I guess by the time the movies end, he's probably off doing his own thing anyway. Mm-hmm. But really good characters. Lupin as well.
Yep. And
Pettigrew, he looks like a villain. He's not a lovely looking man. Yeah. And like, they tie things in and it makes sense with the rat and stuff. Time travel, I don't like that they didn't reference it ever again.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's just died.
They should have used it a few more times, yeah.
Well, we saved a giant bird, so... But...
And I said this before on Chamber of Secrets, but they really amped up on story development again.
Yeah.
And just driving home the idea of these are just kids going on adventures, essentially. Harry Potter is the main focus point, obviously, and that stuff happens around him. but you also focus more on like the Hermione and Ron, I reckon, through here onwards.
Hermione's definitely, I think, the main character in this.
Yeah.
I feel. It's obviously about Harry Potter, it always is, but Hermione is a really strong character, especially in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good. I think, it shows her talents, it shows her skills, and I think, like, and they say it themselves in the films, but they wouldn't survive without her because she's that smart.
Yeah.
And it's true. It like in this is the one for me that shows it.
That shows that she is this strong character that can actually help them out, or is actually like their saving grace throughout the whole of every film.
Yeah. So, solid movie.
Yeah. Cool.
All solid movies. Anyway, thanks for watching. Check out our other videos, socials in the description. I think that's all. See ya.